0-2 pitch. Machado swings, hits it hard on the ground to the right side. Gobbled up by the second baseman Young. Throw to first is in time. And a 1-2-3 top of the first inning turned in by Brian Wu. No score with the Mariners coming up against Yu Darvish on the Padres.
Great.
Food, vet care, grooming, and more. Petco. Where the pets go.
No score, bottom of the first inning. And Yu Darvish goes to work with Randy Arozarena leading off once again, standing in the right-handed batter's box. And the first pitch to him is a called strike, 0-1. Darvish begins his day with a cutter to Arozarena. Cal Raleigh on deck, J-Rod to follow. Here's the 0-1. Darvish deals and misses low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Darvish coming off a doozy. Last through Friday night at home against the Dodgers, got the win. Went 6 innings, allowed only 1 run on 1 hit. Alex Freeland, a solo homer in the 3rd inning, the only mark on his record. 1-1 pitch, Arozarena takes at the top of the zone. That's a strike 1 and 2. And just masterful once again against the Dodgers.
Tends to be that way against that particular team. The last start against them, it got away with them.
1-2 outside.
They got to him, I should say, and he bounced back the following week with a brilliant performance, and it looked very typical of what Yu Darvish looks like.
You mentioned it in the open. It seems like he's starting to find his footing a little bit. Obviously had the one hiccup at Dodger Stadium, but last 5 starts now, he's 3-0 with a 3.00 ERA. 2-2 to Arozarena, and the pitch is just kind of muscled on a soft line back behind short, and Bogart's there to make the catch, 1 away.
Yeah, don't let the high ERA of Yu Darvish overall fool you. This has looked a lot different in the last 3 or 4 starts from Yu, and I think he's just starting to get better.
Darvish 4 starts against the Mariners in a Padre uniform, 3-0 with a 1.04 ERA. Trying to keep that going here this afternoon as Cal Raleigh gets into the left-handed batter's box. Hit a solo shot against Darvish here last September. First pitch to him is right on the inside corner at the top of the zone for a strike. 0-1. Raleigh 0 for 4 yesterday with a walk and a run scored. Also struck out twice. 1 for 8 in the series, but the 1 was his 50th home run of the year back on Monday night. The 0-1 pitch from Darvish. Raleigh spins away, takes inside. Count evens 1-1. It was a first-inning solo shot for Raleigh. So now 50 home runs, 107 runs batted in. 4 away from Mickey Mantle's switch hitting home run record. 1-1 pitch is a breaking ball. It is high and outside.
It's often cliche, but it also is true. When you start to be mentioned in the names of Mickey Mantle, Ken Griffey Jr., Mike Piazza, whatever you want to go, those are all Hall of Famers.
Pitch is outside, ball 3.
That usually is because you're doing something special.
Better believe it.
I think Kyle Riley is certainly doing something special.
Ken Griffey Jr.'s franchise record, 56 home runs. He did it twice. That's certainly in range for the big dumper. 3-1. Darvish deals. Raleigh swings. Hits it very high to right field, but not too deep. Fernando backpedaling a few steps, but he's got plenty of room in front of the track. And he makes the catch for the second out here in the bottom of the first inning. Julio Rodriguez will be the batter. 2 outs, nobody on. No score, bottom of the first. J-Rod 2 for 4 with a couple of singles, a walk, and a run scored last night. 3 for 8 in the first 2 games of this series. Dangerous right-handed hitter, and once again having a big second half. Seems to be one of those guys. Pitch is outside, 1-0. And for whatever reason, pretty much every year of his career, all 4 now, he's been a much, much more dangerous hitter after the All-Star break. And you can cut that down any way you like, any number you like. 1-0 pitch is outside, 2-0. There's the obvious stuff like the home runs and the batting average and the slugging. If you want to do WRC+, way better in the second half in his career. Even the bat speed, way better. The hard hit rate, literally any number you look at now for Julio Rodriguez. Far superior after the All-Star break. 2-0 from Darvish. 2 outs, nobody on, scoreless game. And a swing and a miss, strike 1.
It certainly isn't because he's not as strong. It's not because he's not as fast. People have to understand that the swing in itself is a full body deal. And unless everything is synced up, you're not getting the max out of your swing. And those things can kind of go haywire earlier in the season.
Pitch is on the inside corner, strike 2.
As you're trying to kind of navigate that. And for some guys it comes together early. For some it comes mid-season. But certainly the track record shows you that Julio Rodriguez, it gets going for him in that second half.
2-2. Darvish trying for a 1-2-3 first. And Rodriguez just gets a piece of a curveball, kind of nicks it foul behind home plate.
I don't know how many guys in today's game are and we know Toddy has played some winter ball, but how many guys are playing a lot of winter ball during the offseason? Those are typically, at least in the past, those are the guys who come in ready to go. For everybody else, for the most part, there's a little grace period as the season starts and your body gets acclimated to the everydayness of the season. Some take longer than others.
2-2 again to Rodriguez. This will be the 6th pitch of the at-bat, and a little number back to the mound. Hughes got it right on the front slope of the hill. Perfect throw to first base in time, and a 1-2-3 first for Darvish. Head to the second inning in Seattle. No score on the Padres Radio Network.
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life.
And secure the 30% tax credit that ends this year. Save on your energy bill at AsgardEnergy.com. Veteran and locally owned Asgard Energy, your trusted name in solar. No score, top of the second inning. And Ryan O'Hearn leads off against Brian Wu. He takes outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Both pitchers working 1, 2, 3 first innings. Wu, true to form, 14 pitches, 11 strikes. And a rare first pitch ball here to O'Hearn, 1-0. Ryan DHing again today. Swings here, sends it in the air to center field, straight away and deep but playable. J-Rod kind of tiptoeing back. And about 5 feet in front of the track, he makes the catch. 1 down. Top of the second brought to you by Sinley Food. Ignite your taste buds with the freshest flavors at Sinley Food. Discover authentic ingredients at 4665 El Cajon Boulevard, the Cook's Asian Resource. One out, nobody on for Xander Bogaerts. Mentioned he had an RBI single against Wu in a game here last September. Young right-hander will turn and deal. And the first pitch to Bogaerts is a fastball strike at the knees, 0-1. And in both starts that we have seen the Padres face Wu, they have been very aggressive against him at the dish. And again, you kind of have to be.
Strike thrower, so no need in getting behind if you're going to get strikes to hit early. Question is, can you put the good swing on it?
0-1 to Bogaerts, grounded back on the turf behind home plate, 0-2.
Late life, late movement from Wu, and he commands it exceptionally well. So you got to pick out the best pitch that you can to attack, but just understand that it's going to be some strikes. It's going to be a lot of them. Quality strikes.
2 of them here to Xander. 1 out, nobody on, no score. The 0-2 pitch is hit in the air, up the first baseline, foul into the seats and out of play. Trustin will score. Padres 0, Mariners 0. Here on a 73-degree afternoon in Seattle. There are some clouds in the sky. Not, the full-on Seattle gray thing, but certainly not bright blue. Pitch here, a broken bat number towards third base. Suarez has to work around the bat, pick it up. All he can do is hold on to it. Infield hit for Xander Bogaerts with 1 out here in the top of the second inning. And that was the first hit of the game for the Padres. Brought to you by Frozen Ropes Travel Ball. Free tryouts are underway for ages 7 to 14 with Coach Kurt and his Frozen Ropes team. Check them out at SanDiegoFrozenRopes.com. That's SanDiegoFrozenRopes.com.
A little assist from the barrel. Shatters the bat, and the barrel is right in line with the baseball. Suarez had to kind of work around the barrel, and by having to do so, really gave him no shot to throw Bogey out, who gets the infield single.
So a man aboard for Gavin Sheets, 1 for 3 with a double, a walk, and a couple of runs scored yesterday. Also homered in Game 1 of the series. So Gavin continuing to get the job done, really no matter the circumstances. Runner on first, 1 out, no score, second inning. First pitch from Wu to Sheets is fouled back, strike 1. And yet another early offer from the Padres. Gonna have to do it against this guy.
Might have been one of the few balls he's thrown first pitch. A little bit above the zone, but Sheets on the attack, took a good rip, fouled it straight back.
Xander leading at first, 19 steals on the season, and the pitch is low and outside, 1-1. And so, with everything we're telling you about Brian Wu, at this point you probably totally understand how he's been able to go at least 6 innings every start this year. Teams kind of feel like they have to be aggressive against him because he's just going to keep throwing strikes. Here's the 1-1. Sheets in air, foul, out of play, 1-2. The streak, by the way, of 25 straight starts with at least 6 innings but no more than 2 walks is tied for the 4th longest streak of that nature of all time. Tied with actual Cy Young. Not a Cy Young Award winner, but the original actual guy, Cy Young. 1-2, Sheets takes, that's downstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Another good take on the slider. Padres so far have been able to really spit on that without much of an offer to give. Count moves to 2-2 here to Gavin Sheets.
Have you ever actually dug into Cy Young's numbers? 2-2, Sheets takes outside.
I have not
it's
a deep
laughable,
dive.
obviously,
Yeah.
From the
Yeah,
late
you typically
19th
don't get a
century.
name, award named after you unless the numbers are ridiculous.
His best season was probably 1892, when he went 36-12 with a 1.93 ERA while throwing over 450 innings.
That's like 3 years of a guy's career right there.
3-2, Bogarts runs. The pitch swung on and missed. Raleigh's throw to second base, and the tag is not in time.
Great slide.
Xander with the swim move slide, and that is now a career-high 20 stolen bases for Bogarts.
That was nasty. He was dead to rights. Left his hand there only to Houdini his hand and pull it out the other side. Crawford with the quick tag down, but it was just dirt. Who gets the punch out, and it could have been a strike him out, throw him out, with not the great handwork from Xander Bogaerts.
So 20th steal of the year, and now a man aboard for Jose Iglesias. Jose starting at second base today. Cronenworth sliding to first. And the first pitch to Iglesias, swung on, grounded, foul at third base. First appearance of this series for Iglesias, who did not appear in the Dodgers series over the weekend at all. Started the last game against the Mariners in San Diego back in May, went 2 for 3. He has been really a very efficient RBI guy this year. It seems like every time he's had the opportunity, he's come through. See about it this time. Pitch outside, 1-1. Padres a very nice 4 for 11 with RISP yesterday after beginning the year 0 for 27 against the Mariners with runners in scoring position. Bogarts at second base, 2 outs, no score, top 2. Here's the pitch. And Iglesias takes a fastball a little bit off the plate outside, 2-1.
This has consistently been Ramon Laureano's spot in the lineup, but with a rise out, he slides to the 2-hole, provides a little opportunity for Jose Iglesias.
2-1 the count. Here's the pitch. And Iglesias chops it to shortstop. It is handled by Crawford. He'll step towards first and throw him out to end the inning. No runs, a hit. Xander left at second base. Middle of the second, no score in Seattle. And now here's what's happening at Valley View Casino and Hotel.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slate.
Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance, not the life I want to live. I want to take it all, standing tall, fear I weighed the person you are. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, I'm feeling discontent. I'm finally facing it. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my
Supplements, visit Symbiotica.com.
Bottom of the second inning, Naylor, Suarez, and Polanco, 4, 5, and 6. Coming up against Yu Darvish, who had a 1-2-3 first inning on just 16 pitches. And he has been very efficient this year when he's been at his best. Naylor, a left-handed batter, takes low, 1 ball and no strikes. Last year, Darvish made 1 start against these guys, and it was very good here on September 10th in Seattle. Went 5 innings, just a couple of runs allowed. 1-0 pitch down and into Naylor, 2 balls and no strikes. A couple of early solo homers, that was it, and never threw more than 14 pitches in any inning of that start. 2-0 to Naylor, who has hit in 5 straight and done a great job for them coming over from Arizona. Bangs this one on the ground, though, pretty much at Iglesias. To his left, he's got it, and the throw to first is in time, 1 away. Jose is so smooth over there. And now Naylor's teammate in both Arizona and Seattle. Eugenio Suarez comes up. Stat of the day brought to you by Culligan Water of San Diego, providing advanced water treatment solutions, including softeners, filters, and bottled water, ensuring cleaner, safer, and great-tasting water for homes and businesses since 1936. Stat of the day involves Eugenio Suarez and one of my favorite accomplishments in Major League history. First pitch is a called strike, 0-1. Mentioned Suarez had been with Seattle in 2022 and 2023. And in 2022, he and Jesse Winker, who was with the Mariners at the time, hit back-to-back home runs. Here's the 0-1. Suarez rips it on a line into left field. That's a base hit with one out here in the bottom of the second inning. Sheet sends it in, and Suarez aboard with Polanco coming up. And you say, okay, Suarez and Winker hit back-to-back home runs. What's the big deal? Well, here's the thing. They had also previously, those two guys, hit back-to-back home runs while they were with Cincinnati. And so Suarez and Winker back-to-back homers with the Reds. Suarez and Winker back-to-back home runs with the Mariners. First time ever there was a pair of guys to hit back-to-back home runs with two different teams. It had never happened in all the years of Major League Baseball until 2022. Here's Polanco batting left-handed, and he takes outside ball one.
You can't explain it. It's just baseball.
I got to check, I guess, if he and Naylor did it in Arizona at any point this year. Because that would be even more so. It's only happened twice, and the one guy was involved both times. 1-0 to Polanco. No score, bottom of the second. Suarez runs. Pitch is a strike. The throw is a C. Not in time. Bang, bang at second. But Suarez in with a feet-first slide, only his fourth steal of the year. And a little game of anything you can do, I can do better here in the second inning.
He's got a good jump. Not the quickest to the plate there. Great throw by Fermin. Great tag, but Suarez gets the leg in before the tag is applied. Picks up the bag.
Yeah, neither Fermin nor Bogaerts could have done anything any better than they did. So runner on second, one out. Ball and a strike to pitch. And a slow curve backs up, hits the outside corner. Strike two to Polanco, who had a huge night on Monday. A fairly standard 1 for 4 yesterday, but 4 for 8 in the 2 games of the series so far with a homer and a double. Hitting .252, 20 home runs, and 59 RBIs. 1-2 pitch. Polanco grounds it towards first. That's a foul ball. So the count sits at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bunch of left-handed hitters, and Polanco obviously a switch hitter in the lineup for the Mariners here today. And small sample for Darvish, of course, because of the injury, but so far this year, lefties hitting .232 against him, right-handed hitters below 200. 1-2 the pitch. And Polanco swings and misses strike 3. Had him way out in front of a very slow curveball. First K of the day for Darvish, and 2 down here in the second.
There's that Ephus-like curveball at 71. Polanco just waving at it as he goes down swinging for out number 2.
Now the right fielder, Luke Raley, one of those left-handed batters. First appearance of the series for Raley, and he takes a little bit inside ball 1. They had Victor Robles in right field on Monday, Dominic Canzone yesterday, Raley here today. Had a solo shot against Darvish in that game here last September. It is actually 5 for 10 in his career against you. Pitch is a little bit inside, 2-0. So Dan Wilson, I am sure, at the beginning of the week said, all right, Raley, Wednesday going to be your day against Darvish. Raley right now, though, in a little bit of a mini slump, 0 for his last 12. Hitting .209 on the year, 4 homers, and 18 runs batted in. Suarez at second, 2 down, no score, and you will turn around and watch Suarez back to second base. Second season as a Mariner for Raley. We saw him previously with the Dodgers and Tampa Bay. Pitch here, swung on and missed, and now 2 balls and a strike.
Harv using the breaking ball here early, as well as that cutter. Right now keeping the Mariners hitters off balance.
That is what he does. 2-1. And Raley takes just a bit low with a fastball. 3-1 from Darvish. Another left-handed hitter, J.P. Crawford, is waiting on deck. Raley was on the IL with an oblique issue when the Mariners came to Petco back in May. So our first look at him this year. 3-1 pitch, Darvish deals, and a swing and a miss, strike 2. Ended up missing almost 2 months with that oblique, and then about a month after that, out for another couple of weeks with back spasms. So a tough year for Raley, production-wise, injury-wise, playing today in only his 55th game of the season. No score, bottom 2, rubber game of this series. First 2 have been slugfests. Not so, at least in the early going here today. 3-2 to Raley. Darvish delivers, and the curveball hit in the air to right center field, and Fernando not going to get there. Dumps down in front of him. Raley trying for 2. The throw is not in time. Suarez scores, and the Mariners take a 1-0 lead as Luke Raley continues to find success against Yu Darvish.
Hung the breaking ball. This one elevated, unlike the one, that he punched Polanco out with. This one's a little bit higher. Raley is able to kind of hook it in the right center, drops it in front of Fernando Tatis, and the Mariners take a 1-0 lead.
Kind of hung up for a while. For a brief second there, it looked like Fernando might be able to get there. He could not. There was something else going on as well. Here's Crawford swinging and missing, strike 1. The base runner Suarez had taken it completely for granted that there wasn't going to be a play anywhere, and he barely crossed home plate when the tag was made at second base. Obviously, he was safe, so it didn't matter. But had Raley been out, Suarez would have almost taken the run off the board. Here's a pop-up towards third. Machado is there, and he makes the catch to end the inning. But the Mariners get a run on 2 hits. They leave Raley, and we'll go to the third inning with Seattle ahead 1-0 on the Padres Radio Network.
Oh, the big hit.
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a feeling discontent. I'm not facing it all. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling.
Question.
1-0 Mariners as Jake Cronenworth leads off here in the third inning against Brian Wu. Jake has had a great series already. First pitch fastball, a little bit low, 1-0. 2 for 4 in each of the 2 games. Had a home run on Monday night and a game-tying RBI single in the 6th inning last night. So 4 for 8 to begin the week here in Seattle. 1-0, and Cronenworth looks at a fastball strike outside corner at the knees. That evens it up 1-1. Freddie Fermin on deck, and then top of the order, Fernando Tatis Jr. as the Padres come to bat trailing for the first time today. Wu works from the extreme first base side of the rubber, and the pitch in the air, foul up the left field line. Now 1-2 to Cronenworth.
Gets a good run on his baseball. Able to kind of start it on the inner half on lefties and run it back. He's got everything that you would want. You're going to develop a pitcher. He's what you would ideally develop.
1-2, and Jake again in the air, foul up the left field line. They
Strike
seem to have a
thrower,
system.
yeah, strike thrower, great stuff, has some moxie. It's all the ingredients you want to have a good one.
1-2 to Cronenworth. Wu will deliver, and Jake takes high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just a guy who never seems to ever be afraid out on the mound. Last year, 9-3 with a 2.89 ERA, made a then career high 22 starts. Today's his 26th of this year. 2-2 lined right at J.P. Crawford, and the shortstop makes the catch. 1 down here in the 3rd inning. Bay Area guy, they drafted him in the 6th round out of Cal Poly in 2021. So, not one of these guys that everybody had tabbed since he was 15 years old as, the next whatever. But the Mariners really seem to have a very good development program for their starting pitchers.
That's why they have so many. Seems like they keep coming up with more and more every year.
1 out, nobody on. Freddie Fermin, the Padres' number 9 hitter. First pitch from Wu is taken a little bit in. 1 ball and no strikes. Mentioned he's gone at least 6 innings, all 25 starts so far. The last guy to do that, Zach Greinke with the Dodgers in 2015. You just don't see it these days. Chopper to third, right to Suarez, who is even with the bag. He's got it. And the throw to first in time, 2 down. So 1 time through the order for Brian Wu now, and the only guy that's reached base is Andrew Bogarts, who did so on a busted bat infield single.
Got that sinker in on the hands. Fermin beats it into the ground, and an easy 5-3 for out number 2.
See what the Padres can do now. 2nd time through against Brian Wu. Fernando 0 for 1. He grounded to Suarez. First pitch, and Tatis rips it over the head of the third baseman. Suarez into left field, a base hit. Rosarena gets it in quickly, but Tatis, hardest hit ball of the day, a 2-out single here in the top of the 3rd inning.
Not wasting any time again. First pitch hacking, 102 off the bat. A bullet by Eugenio Suarez. Little 2-out knock, keep the inning going for Ramon Laureano.
As you would expect, with Wu being able to work as deep into games as he has, 2nd time through, no advantage. 189 average this year. 3rd time through, 186 against Wu. So here's Laureano. First pitch is a fastball strike. And again, you pointed it out in the 1st inning. It's not just that they're first pitch strikes. It's like they're right where he wants them to be.
A quality strike. So even if you decide to ambush, it's still going to have to, your mechanics and everything have to be lined up great to get to those pitches.
You can see why it's so hard to barrel him up. 0-1 on the ground to 3rd and foul. In front of third base coach Tim Leeper's back on the grass. And the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Mariners with a 1-0 lead, with the Padres have Tatis at first, 2 outs here in the 3rd inning. Fernando, of course, 26 stolen bases to lead the Padres. Wu does a pretty good job of controlling the run game. Naylor holding him, not running. And Laureano swings and misses, strike 3. The inning is over. 3rd strikeout of the day for Wu. No runs, a hit. Tatis left on base. And it's 1-0 Seattle after 2.5.
Your day.
or renew today by visiting Padres.com/2026 renewal.
Left-hand hitting Cole Young leads off against Yu Darvish. Takes a first pitch fastball at the bottom of the zone for strike one. Mariners with a 1-0 lead. Young to be followed by Rosarena and Raleigh. Darvish deals, and Young hits a little roller to the right of the mound. Darvish races over to get it. Underhand flip just in time. And nicely done by Yu. Lift out here in the bottom of the third.
Got off the mound, took his time, able to field and flip for out number one.
Rosarena the batter. Bottom of the third inning. Trusted will score. The Mariners 1 and the Padres nothing. Who's hot, who's not, brought to you by the Grilling Store at Hillcrest Ace Hardware, the official grilling store of the Padres Radio Network. For all your grilling needs, visit them on University Avenue or at the grilling store at sd.com. Well, you remember the Speedway Classic in Bristol, Tennessee? And they had all the rain and the kind of issues that went along with that. The Braves had to call up a kid, Hurston Waldrop, to make his season debut because of all that. Rosarena tried to check at a slow curve, but went around on the ball in the dirt. And strike one to the Mariner leadoff hitter. So he has stayed up with the Braves since then. And in 4 starts and a relief appearance, Waldrop has taken full advantage of his opportunity. Now 4-0 with an 0.90 ERA. Slow curve hit the top of the zone, but Darvish didn't get the call. And now 1-1 to a Rosarena who was bailing out as that pitch came plateward.
That was his slowest yet, 69 out of the hand.
He is an artist. Here's the 1-1. Rosarena swings, hits it in the air up the right field line. That'll fade foul into the seats now, 1-2. So Hurston Waldrop is hot. Jose Altuve, though, is not. Hitting only 190 in his last 10 games. And the Astro lead over these Mariners has shrunk to a game and a half in the American League West. 1 out, nobody on, 1-0 Seattle. And a Rosarena swings and misses. Strike 3. Second K of the day for Darvish. And 2 down in the bottom of the third inning.
Cutter, top of the zone. Soften you up with the slow stuff and then finish with the hard-cutting fastball up and away for out number 2.
Here's Cal Raleigh. 18 of his last 36 hits have been home runs. Switch hitter from the left side. 2 outs, nobody on. Darvish will deal. And Raleigh swings at the first pitch. Hits it foul out of play left side. Raleigh 0 for 1. He flew out to Tatis back in the first inning. They call him the Big Dumper. And he has leaned all the way into the nickname, which is, yes, a reference to his posterior. Pitch outside, 1-1. But he's doing a local commercial here. What was it, like one of the construction companies?
Yeah.
Dump truck.
He's fully leaned into it. He has the right personality for all of this that's happening to him.
1-1. He has a slow curve in the dirt.
As you said, he seems to be taking it all in and just enjoying it.
And the reality is, he may never have a year like this one again. He could have some great years, don't get me wrong, but 50 home runs by the end of August is wild. Here's the 2-1, and the slow curve drops in for a strike, 2-2.
Take it back. That's now his slowest breaking ball of the day. Raleigh recognizes it, just couldn't pull the trigger.
Trying for a 1-2-3 third inning. The 2-2 to Raleigh is fouled away. Came back with a fastball there. I imagine, you're seeing 95, 68, 95, 68 as a hitter. That's got to mess with your mind.
Absolutely. There are very few pitchers that can subtract that much and still have the command.
2-2, Raleigh waits. Darvish delivers. And that's in the air to shallow right behind first base. Cronenworth goes back right near the line, and in foul territory, he makes the catch. Stand a 1-2-3, bottom of the third inning for Yu Darvish. And to the fourth in Seattle, Mariners with a 1-0 lead on the Padres Radio Network.
Hello, this is Craig Gio from
Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step, still hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live, I want to take it all. Standing tall, fear I weighed the person you are.
Brian Wu, they'll try and change that. Manny stands in 0 for 1 on the day, grounded out to the second baseman Young back in the first inning. So far for Brian Wu, it has been as advertised. Not a lot of pitches, a lot of strikes, and not a lot of hard contact. 2 hits aside as Manny takes a fastball for strike 1. Here comes the lumber, brought to you by Dixie Line Lumber and Home Centers. Fix it, build it, enjoy it. Only run of the day, courtesy of a Luke Raley RBI double in the second inning. 0-1 Machado. Wu deals. And Manny swings, pops it up out of play right side. We'll pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Padres Radio Network.
KWFN-FM and KWFN HD1 San Diego. Hey.
Leading off in the fourth, and he takes in the dirt outside, ball 1. Top of the fourth, brought to you by Genesis Home Improvement, San Diego's trusted painting, roofing, and window company. With Tony Gwynn Jr. and our producer-engineer, Dave Marcus, I'm Jesse Agler. Thanks for making us a part of your Wednesday afternoon. Here's the 1-2. Manny swings and misses, strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Wu. He got Laureano to end the third. Now Machado to start the fourth. And 1 down. Talked a lot the last couple of nights about how those 2 games did not look like normal Padre-Mariner games. Today looks like a normal Padre-Mariner game.
At least it's setting up that way here early, for sure.
Mariners, seems like they always have good pitching. We've talked about that. And certainly the 2 ballparks generally are repressive when it comes to offense. Fastballs is strike nothing in 1, and that's well-worn territory, certainly. We've talked about it a lot over the years, 2 of the best pitchers' parks in all of baseball, particularly here in Seattle. Although this year, it has certainly been home run happy for the home team. Pitch is inside, 1-1, but it's not just the traditional park factors at play here in Seattle, of course. You know about the weather and the marine layer, and, you know, the shape of the stadium and all those things that we generally talk about that kind of make one place behave one way and other places behave other ways. Swing and a miss, 1-2. But here in Seattle, as Tony, the amateur physicist, knows, there is science at play as well. Because this ballpark is as far north as any other ballpark in the major leagues. And that matters. 1-2 is fouled back because gravitational forces are stronger as you get farther away from the equator.
Duh.
So there's more gravity here than like in Miami. So the ball is fighting gravity. Pitch is low, 2-2, and that's again nothing to do with the weather, the atmosphere, any of it. A fly ball in Miami will travel about a foot farther than it will here in Seattle just because of gravity. So think about that next time you're watching a game here. 2-2 is low, ball 3 to O'Hearn.
Lines up with my experience. Certainly didn't line up the last 2 days as a little bit warmer. Ball might have been jumping a little bit more, but yeah, this place has always felt like a graveyard and played like one.
1-0 Mariners, top of the fourth inning. 1 out, nobody on. The 3-2, and O'Hearn hits it foul in the air up the left field line. All true, by the way, the gravity thing.
Oh, yeah. We've discussed this many times. Going back to spring training, we been on top of our gravity game, if you will.
How many times do we see the Mariners in spring training this year? 6?
There's a lot. I know that.
12? 3-2 to O'Hearn. 1 out, nobody on. The pitch. And O'Hearn, good battle, fouls it back again. Count remains full. And Ryan making Wu work about as hard as he's had to at any point here today. Padres down by 1. Wu has been very efficient in the first 3 innings, but this will be pitch 9 of the at-bat to O'Hearn. Right-hander ready, here it comes. And O'Hearn swings, sends it in the air to left field, pretty deep. Rosarena back onto the warning track. He's got room thanks to gravity, and he makes the catch right in front of the wall for the second out of the inning. Science.
Gave it a ride. Right up to the warning track, but Rosarena able to get back and make the play.
It'll be Xander Bogaerts now. He's got one of the 2 Padre hits. It was a broken bat infield single in the second inning. Or an exploded bat infield single in the second inning. First pitch from Wu. And Xander takes a called strike right at the knees. That's the slider. 0-1. Bogaerts now has hit in all 3 games of the series. Also stole a base back in the second. His now career high 20th of the year. Only been caught twice. 1 pitch is in the dirt. 1-1 from Wu. Talked about the great Mariner pitching and a really good rotation the last couple of years, the way they've developed. Cal Raleigh's got to get some of the credit for that as well.
Yeah. He's as much a part of it as anybody else, putting those fingers down.
1-1 to Xander, the pitch. And Bogaerts sends it in the air to left field. That's well struck. Rosarena's going back. Still going back. Hops up on the warning track and makes the catch to end the inning. So the Padres squared a couple up here in the 4th, but nothing to show for it. And after 3.5, it is still the Mariners 1.
Let's
I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a bit of discontent. I'm not facing it all. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still. Hanging in the balance, not the life I want to live. I want to take it all, standing tall. Fear I weighed the person you are. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a bit of discontent. I'm finally facing it
Calm your water. Should be perfect.
Mariners with a 1-0 lead. Julio Rodriguez will lead off against Yu Darvish. 0 for 1. Hit a little slow comebacker his first time. And now he takes ball 1 in on the hands from Darvish. So far, so good for you, but the Padres have yet to scratch against the Seattle starter Brian Wu, who has once again looked very good here today. And now a hard hit one hopper through the left side and a base hit for Julio Rodriguez. Leadoff single here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And that is the first time today either team has put the leadoff guy on base.
Got a split up in the zone. I don't even know that it was really up in the zone. Just good piece of hitting there by Julio. Shoots it through the left side. Leadoff knock for Rodriguez.
Josh Naylor will be the batter. 0 for 1. He grounded out to Iglesias his first time. Darvish will try and see if he can get a ground ball against him again this year. Or this at-bat. First pitch is up and away, 1-0.
Rodriguez with 23 steals on the season. Certainly a threat to go again.
Rodriguez at first, very much a stolen base threat, and Darvish just got the warning about coming set too quickly. Rodriguez 23 out of 29 stealing bases this year. They got a bunch of guys in the 20s, stolen base-wise. And Darvish, as we know, is a guy that is susceptible to the running game. But Fermin's got a cannon back there. Mariners have already stolen one base today. We'll see if he tries to go here. 1-0, not going. And a slow curve misses down and in. 2 balls, no strikes. Two and 0. There goes Rodriguez. Naylor takes. The pitch is low. The throw is high, and it goes into center field. Rodriguez on his way to third base. He'll get there without a throw. So not only a steal, but also a throwing error. And now a runner on third with nobody out here in the 4th inning.
Julio picked his spot well. Got a cutter to run on. Great jump. That forced Fermin to rush the throw, and that left it high. Bogey tried to keep the tag down, but Rodriguez slid into second base with his head facing the outfield, so he saw it himself, was able to get to third base.
Something that stunningly happens with very little frequency. Infield in now against Naylor, and a 3-0 count. Darvish delivers, and swinging away, bangs it foul at first, 3-1.
Well, Rodriguez has made the job easier here for Naylor. You just look at to hit something hard in the middle of the field. Padres playing infield in-ish. I think medium on the right side. Looks like Manny's in on third base.
3-1 to Naylor. The pitch from Darvish is down and in, ball 4. First walk of this game issued by anybody. And now runners on the corners, nobody out for the Mariners in the 4th inning, trying to add to their 1-0 lead. Batter will be Eugenio Suarez, who to this point is the only guy to have scored a run here this afternoon. Suarez singled with 1 out of the 2nd, stole second base, and it came home on Rayleigh's RBI double. But he has struck out against Yu Darvish in his career more than he has struck out against any other pitcher. Naylor dancing at first. Darvish will give him kind of a cursory look. Didn't make the throw. We've talked about it the last 2 nights. Josh Naylor has been very runnerish since coming over to Seattle. 11 for 11, stealing bases in a Mariner uniform. Not going, and the pitch to Suarez, hit in the air, high and deep to left center field. Sheets is back. He is at the wall. It's going to go. Another 3-run homer. Suarez had one in the 5th inning yesterday. He's got one in the 4th inning here today. And the Mariners now lead 4-0.
Missed his spot in the worst place with that particular pitch. You know, you miss your spot with the cutter, it's up or down. You can get away with it, but in the middle, it's tough sledding. Suarez's 2nd 3-run shot in as many days, and the Mariners jump ahead 4-0.
Like we said, it is a home run paradise here in Seattle.
Yeah, so much for the gravity top.
Anti-gravity chamber. Here's Polanco, switch hitter batting left-handed. He swings at the first pitch, rips it in the air down the right field line. Fernando into the corner, leaps up, can't make the catch, but it's a foul ball. And now you wait and see if Tatis is okay, because it looked like kind of crashed into that side wall. He's shaking out his left hand.
This ball in foul territory as Toddy gave a leap for it. Seems to be all right, but unable to come up with the play.
Still has not put his glove back on his left hand. He's kind of flexing the fingers and the wrist over there. Polanco back in the box. Still nobody out. A single, a walk, and a homer to begin this inning. 4-0 Mariners. 0-1 the pitch. And Polanco takes way outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. And now Ruben Niebla is going to go out and chat with Darvish in the middle of this at-bat. Visit to the mound brought to you by The Window Depot, offering the best prices and biggest inventory on in-stock vinyl windows and interior and exterior doors. Order online or find a location near you at thewindowdepot.com. Mariners kind of scratched a run together in the second inning, but here in the fourth, a couple of hard hit balls, a walk, a throwing error that really hasn't mattered that much in retrospect. And obviously the 3-run homer by Suarez, his 42nd home run of the season and 6th since rejoining the Mariners.
Slow start, but he may be starting to heat up here. A couple knocks here in the last couple of games could bode well.
Speaking of heating up, Alec Jacob has started to throw in the Padre bullpen. 1-1 to Polanco. Slow curve drops in for a strike. And now 1-2. Jacob, a Pacific Northwest guy who was recalled, I think, yesterday when the Padres optioned to J.P. Sears. 1-2, the pitch. And Polanco takes the curve outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Both these teams will be off tomorrow, so you can probably see some aggressive bullpen usage where necessary. Padres will head to Minnesota. 2-2 pitch, way outside, ball 3. And Darvish just not able to command his pitches right now.
That's the thing that has started to poke out in terms of what we're noticing. Early, sharp, throwing it where he wants. This inning in particular hasn't been the case.
3-2, and that's it in the air. Back behind third base, Machado fighting the sky a little bit onto the outfield grass, and he'll make the catch for the elusive first out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. So 1 down. Luke Gradley had the RBI double back in the second is coming up. Darvish at 60 pitches now. The Padres have been very conservative with his pitch counts, understandably, since he had turned from the injured list. Pitch on the way, and Raley waits on the curve, sends it in the air to left field and deep. Sheets is back at the wall, reaches up to make the catch. Great play by Sheets, who almost reached up over the fence while banging into the left field wall. And 2 down here in the 4th.
Heck of a play. Tracked it, was able to kind of take a peek to see where he was, where the wall was. Reaches up, caught it in the palm. It kind of fell out. He's able to corral it for the out. Nice play by Gavin Sheets.
Yeah, came all the way out of his glove and able to sort of press it back up against his body. So 2 outs, nobody on. J.P. Crawford, 4-0 Mariners in the 4th. And the ball outside, 1-0. Pitch on the way, and after a little hesitation, and Crawford takes a strike. JP is 0 for 1. He popped out to Manny to end the second inning. Now 0 for 9 in his career against Darvish. 4-0 Mariners with 2 outs and nobody on in the bottom of the 4th. 1-1 pitch way outside, 2 balls and a strike. I think a lot of those are splitters that are sort of running all the way away from these left-handed hitters.
They're definitely splitters. He hasn't been able to really command it to this point the way we've seen him in recent starts.
2-1 to Crawford is fouled back. And now 2-2. Time called by J.P. Crawford. John Paul. Darvish trying to retire 3 in a row after the first 3 guys all reached and scored to begin the inning. 2-2. Here it is, and Crawford swings, pops it foul in the air behind home plate and into the seats. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Padre bullpen going to play probably an outsized role in this game, no matter what at this point. And it's going to be up to the Padre offense to try and get back into it. That will certainly have some impact on who comes in from the bullpen. 2-2, Crawford takes, and just a little bit outside with a good-looking breaking ball that backed up.
Didn't miss by much. Just off the edge. According to Will Little.
3-2 now, the pitch on the way, and Crawford swings, sends it in the air up the left field line the other way, and that pushes foul into the seats. Still 3 balls, 2 strikes, but a good battle here being turned in by Crawford in what has been a laborious 4th inning for Darvish. A over 20 pitches here in this fourth inning. Suarez has hit another 3-run homer. Mariners have a 4-0 lead. Here's the 3-2. Crawford swings and tips it into Fermin's mitt. That is strike 3 and the end of the inning. Mariners get 3 runs on the Suarez homer, and we go to the 5th inning. Now 4-0 Seattle.
Take a
Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still. Hanging in the balance, not the life I want to live. I want to take it all, standing tall. Fear I weighed the person you are. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, I'm feeling discontent. I'm finally facing it
Mariners ahead. Gavin Sheets will lead off against Brian Wu, who has thrown 4 shutout innings, allowed only 2 hits. And Sheets takes a first pitch fastball for a strike, 0-1. Eugenio Suarez with his second 3-run home run in as many days has extended the Mariner lead in a very real way. Here's the 0-1, and Sheets takes downstairs 1 ball and 1 strike. And you start thinking about the kind of season that Wu has had. Only 6 times this year has he been given up 4 more runs. Not that the Padres have to get it all back against him, but pretty big hill to climb against a guy of this quality. 1-1 to Sheets, who struck out his first time. And Gavin swings, loops one into shallow left field. That'll get down over Suarez. And a base hit for Sheets. So the 3rd hit of the day for the Padres. And for the first time today, they've got the leadoff guy on base.
Get in where you're fitting. Ball saws him off, but able to just dump it just over the outstretched glove of Suarez, and Crawford picks up the leadoff single. We'll see if it's as fruitful for the Padres as it was for the Mariners.
They got the leadoff guy on base for the first time today, last inning. A couple of batters later, a 3-run homer. So Sheets at first, nobody out. First pitch to Iglesias is low, ball 1. Los Tucanes is back for a special post-game concert presented by Coca-Cola Sunday, September 28th, all part of Hispanic Heritage Weekend, presented by Blue Shield of California. Tell you how to get into the concert after the 1-0 pitch. Iglesias takes a strike. You need the theme game package for access to the concert. So go to Padres.com/Tucanes. And again, that's after the final regular season game against Arizona, Sunday, September 28th. Fitting to read that while Iglesias is up. Grounds one foul. A third might have broken his bat. And now 1-2.
Indeed he did. It made some new lumber. Brian Wu is kind of just mowing along here. Padres are going to have to really try to grind, dig deep to get to him. He's certainly 64 pitches in, on the verge of having another 6-inning performance.
Tempted to say it almost looks like he's not even breaking a sweat out there. It's obviously making it way easier than it is in reality, but just very much in command out there. Runner on first, nobody away, top of the fifth inning. Iglesias back in the box after grabbing a new bat. Padres trail 4-0. Wu is set. Here's the pitch. And Iglesias breaks another bat, grounds it to first. Naylor way off the line. Has it, goes to second one. Crawford will not make a turn to first, but they're able to cut down the lead runner, Sheets. And one away in the fifth inning with Iglesias now at first base.
Man, Wu took 2 bats in that AB. Saws him off. Iglesias able to beat out the back end of the attempted double play. Be run on first for Jake Cronenworth.
Ryan Wu knows that cooler temperatures in Seattle are coming soon. Had to create some firewood. Cronenworth, the batter, lined out to Crawford at shortstop. His only other time up. Iglesias held by Naylor, and the first pitch is fouled back, strike one. You know who Wu kind of reminds me of mechanically on the mound? I've been trying to figure it out all day. And maybe it's the other way around because Wu's actually been in the big leagues a little longer, but Jack Leiter of the Rangers.
I haven't seen enough of Jack.
More out of the windup than the stretch. Pitch low and outside, 1-1, but there's something there that's making my brain go to Jack Leiter. Could also be their hair. I don't know. They're almost the exact same size.
I can see it a little bit.
1-1, and Cronenworth tips it into Raleigh's mid, strike two.
Ahead with the heater.
Darvish's day, by the way, might be done. David Morgan and Alec Jacob are throwing in the Padre bullpen. 1-2, Cronenworth takes outside. My guess if the Padres do not score a run or two here, it will be Jacob. If they do tighten it up a little bit, we might see Morgan. 4-0 Mariners with one out and a runner on first in the top of the fifth inning. Padres have yet to have more than one guy on base at any point today. And a 2-2 way outside, ball 3 to Cronenworth. Wu has broken at least 3 bats this afternoon as well. Iglesias leads at first. 3-2, not running. Cronenworth swings, pops it foul out of play left side. Well, Jake can turn in a pesky at bat with the best of them. And trying to do just that here against Wu in the fifth inning. That was the 6th pitch. We've seen him get up to 12 or 13. Wu comes set on 3-2 again. This is pitch 7 to Cronenworth in the at-bat. And Jake takes down and in, ball 4.
Maybe. Solid at-bat from Jake to move the line. Freddie Firmino now come to the plate in the 9th spot.
7-pitch walk to Cronenworth. And again, for the first time today, the Padres have more than one guy on base against Brian Wu. And Cal Raleigh is going to go out and chat with him as guys are starting to move around just a little bit in the Mariner bullpen. The rest of the infielders now will join the conversation on top of the hill. Fermin going to be the batter with 2 on and 1 out.
Certainly the best opportunity the Padres have had to this point. Can they cash it in?
Padres 0 for 1 with a runner in scoring position. That was Iglesias with 2 outs in the second inning after Bogart stole second base. So first and second, 1 out for the number 9 hitter, Freddie Fermin. Fernando obviously waiting on deck. That's a pretty big guy in the back of Brian Wu's mind. Fermin had the big squeeze bunt last night that put the Padres up 7-6 in the 6th inning. That would turn out to be the difference in the game. 2 on and 1 out. Mound visit is over. Wu is ready to go. A look at second, now the pitch. And Fermin fouls it back to our right. Strike one.
Good rip, first pitch. Again, Padres know he's going to be in the zone. Fouls this one back.
Fermin has started all 3 games of this series. A 1 pitch on the way. Freddie swings, chops it foul at third base. Now he's in a 2-hole. Elias Diaz's job right now basically is to catch Nick Pivetta. So you'll see Diaz really once every 5 days. Nick, a native of Victoria, British Columbia. Not too far from here at all. Oh, and 2 to Fermin. 2 on and 1 out. The pitch, Freddie swings and misses, strike 3. Well, Wu needed a strikeout, and he got it very quickly. 2 away, but now he's got to deal with Tatis.
3 pitches, 4-seam sinker slider to get the out number 2. And you're right, this is probably the most taxing matchup he's had to this point. Potential.
Fernando 1 out of 2 with a single. We told you earlier, Wu has made only 2 career starts against the Padres before today. Both of them outstanding. But in both of them, Fernando hit a home run against him. Cronenworth at first, Iglesias at second, 2 outs, down by 4. First pitch, Fernando hits it in the air to right center field, pretty well struck. Rayleigh's backing up, he's got room, and he makes the catch to end the inning. No runs, a hit, and the Padres leave 2 guys on base. We are midway in Seattle. Mariners lead it.
Fixed upon the web, I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a feeling discontent. I'm finally facing it
Takes over for you, Darvish. Darv went 4, allowed 4, gave up 4 hits. Walked a batter, struck out 3 through 69 pitches, 42 of which were strikes, and just never fully had command of his repertoire here today. Kind of felt like he got away with it for a little while and then paid the price in the 4th inning.
It was almost as he started to expand it, some of the pitches weren't quite as sharp as we've grown accustomed to seeing, and it seemed like he paid for the ones that weren't.
So Washington native Alec Jacob takes over, and his first pitch is up and away to Cole Young, a left-handed batter, 1-0. Pitching change brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Valvoline is your 15-minute instant drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for directions and discounts. That's SoCalOilChange.com. Up and into Young, 2 balls and no strikes. Jacob recalled yesterday from El Paso. Last pitched in the big leagues on July 20th, over a month ago. Grew up in Spokane, pitched collegiately at Gonzaga in Spokane. 2-0 is fouled back. And getting the opportunity to work here at T-Mobile Park in a Major League game. 23 appearances in AAA this year, 23 appearances in the Major Leagues this year. And the number is very similar in both spots. Alec made his major league debut briefly for the Pods 2 years ago. Pitch is a strike, and now 2-2 to Young. First time that Jacob has had the opportunity to pitch in a major league game here at T-Mobile Park. 2-2 came down and in, and that'll fill the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes on the number 9 hitter. Question of the day brought to you by Kaiser Permanente. If you have questions about your health, visit kp.org/San Diego. Kaiser Permanente for all that is you. Here's the 3-2, and Young swings, pops it up behind the plate for Mean. Coming to the backstop and has just enough space to make the catch. 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. By the way, with the questions of the day, Dave says he could use a new batch. So you can go to 973thefan.st.com/question. But today's question comes from Kyoto Ray, fittingly in Kyoto. He says, I listen to every game from home in Japan. I'm back visiting right now, and with all the talk about the big dumper this year, it still makes me laugh. Why don't more catchers have more success hitting? Here's a Rosarena, and he hits it hard, but right to the second baseman Iglesias. Edge of the dirt, he's got it, and a throw to first in time, 2 down.
I think in Kyle's particular case, he's built like a catcher is built. I just think it's something to having to get behind there for 140 plus games, whatever the number is, and be expected to also be productive offensively. It's tough on the body.
Here he is with 2 outs, nobody on. Swings to the first pitch and bangs it on the ground to second base. Iglesias has got it, throws him out, and a 1-2-3 fifth for Alec Jacob back home in the great Northwest. And to the 6th inning in Seattle. 4-0 Mariners on the Padres radio.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco, his 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
With cutting-edge care and compassionate support, Palomar Health is here to help you win in health. Palomar Health. Champions of healthcare, champions for you. Visit palomarhealth.org to find a doctor.
Who's on deck for the Padres in the 6th is brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com for the Padres. 2-3-4. Laureano, Machado, or Hearn here in the 6th.
And in this 6th inning, the trust end will score. Still the Mariners 4 and the Padres nothing. Laureano, Machado, and O'Hearn coming up against Brian Wu, who is trying to continue his record of finishing at least 6 innings in every start this year. Ramon 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts, batting second for just the second time as a Padre. Arise getting it off. And the first pitch on the way hits him square in the back at 94 miles an hour. And I mean, ouch. Laureano went down kind of on the seat of his pants, now on 2 knees. And first pitch of the inning, a fastball.
That's one of those ones that just, you can't get out the way. It's heat-seeking, and it buried right into his back. You know when a guy goes down and he's reaching for the area, that's when it got you good.
Laureano not thrilled as he walks towards first base, kind of flanked by Mike Schilt on one side and assistant athletic trainer Ricky Huerta on the other. Almost caught him on the 5 on the back of his jersey. Guessing some rib cage action there.
No, it doesn't feel good. But Padres do get the leadoff man on.
And now here comes the lumber, brought to you by Dixie Line Lumber at Home Centers. Fix it, build it, enjoy it. Josh Naylor trying to do a little bit of damage control over there with Laureano, who, as we have come to learn, is a fierce competitor.
Yeah, he certainly got a little edge to him.
That's why they call him Razor. So Laureano aboard to begin the inning, and now Manny Machado will try and do damage against Brian Wu. Machado 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. First pitch on the way. Manny swings, sends it back towards us, and safely over our heads into the upper deck here in Seattle, 0-1. Another great crowd, by the way, here at T-Mobile Park. About 28,000 on Monday, almost 36,000 last night, and another really good gathering here on this Wednesday afternoon. 0-1 to Manny with Laureano at first. The pitch. And Machado takes outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just 78 pitches for Wu. Nobody throwing in the Seattle bullpen, but guys are doing arm circles and kind of stretching a little bit. 1-1, Manny waits. Here's the pitch. And Machado swings, muscles it in the air, foul, out of play. Above the Mariner dugout on the right side. That'll come down in the second row of the second deck. And Machado now behind, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Padres facing one of the toughest pitchers in the American League. By really any number, he's top 5 in the AL. 1-2. Manny takes, and a little bit low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Laureano leads at first. Here's the 2-2. Manny checks and takes low outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Would not go after that slider. Wu has walked only 1 batter, although he just hit a guy. And remember, part of his great streak right now is not walking more than 2 guys. 3-2 to Machado. Laureano held by Naylor. Not running. And Manny swings and misses, strike 3. Big K for Wu. And 1 out here in the 6th.
Needed it. Got the sinker in on the hands to get through Manny here for out number 2.
2026 San Diego Rodeo returns to Petco Park January 16, 17, 18. Enjoy the 3-day family-friendly event featuring some of the world's top rodeo athletes. Plus, don't miss daily rodeo after-party concerts. Tickets are on sale at Padres.com/rodeo as O'Hearn lines one into left field and a base hit. First knock of the day for Ryan O'Hearn. Laureano up to second, and now 2 on and 1 out for Xander Bogaerts.
Padres staying ready. First pitch. O'Hearn slaps it in the left field. First and second now for Xander Bogaerts.
Going to have a mound visit now as the Seattle pitching coach Pete Woodworth goes out to chat with Brian Wu. Visit to the mound brought to you by the Window Depot, offering the best prices and biggest inventory on in-stock vinyl windows and interior and exterior doors. Order online or find a location near you at thewindowdepot.com. And for the first time today, action in the Seattle bullpen. The left-hander Gabe Sear is loosening up.
Padres creating another opportunity here. At some point, though, you got to get the hit. 1 out here in the 6th, first and second for Xander, who's followed by Gavin Sheets.
Four 4-0 Mariners. Padres with 2 on and 1 out. Bogaerts 1 out of 2 with an infield single. Flew out to deep left field his last time. Rosarena made the catch pretty much up against the wall. Wu is ready. Big moment in this game. And Xander takes inside, ball 1. In the first 4 innings, the Padres never had more than one guy on base at any time. In the 5th, they had first and second, 1 out, didn't score. Now they've got it again here in the 6th inning. Trying to cash in something against Wu. Here's the 1-0. Bogaerts takes inside again. 2 balls, no strikes.
Xander get to him a good spot here. Wu missed with the slider up and in. And an aggressive count here, 2-0.
O'Hearn at first, Laureano at second, 1 out. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Bogaerts lifts up the hands but takes a strike. And the count goes to 2-1.
Able to stuff that fastball in underneath the hands. He didn't get it all the way in, but got it in enough. Bogey taking there, moves the count to 2-1.
Wu will kick and deal. Bogaerts swings and pops it into very shallow right field. Young is back from second base. He'll call everybody off and now make the catch as the infield fly was called. So 2 down. O'Hearn back to first. Laureano back to second. It'll be left up to Gavin Sheets. And they've got the lefty warming. Will Dan Wilson give Wu the opportunity to finish 6 innings yet again?
Well, you know he is. He's got the consecutive streak going here. 1 out away. He's been able to navigate a couple ABs there. He'll be given the shot to finish this inning as Gavin Sheets comes to the plate.
And no disrespect to Gabe Spire, but lefty, righty, amphibian doesn't matter. I mean, you'd rather have Brian Wu out there. And it's not like he's overly fatigued, only 88 pitches. So 2 on and 2 out. Sheets will be the batter. Padres down by 4 here in the top of the 6th inning. Wu comes set and ready. And the first pitch. Gavin takes a little bit low and away, 1-0. Sheets struck out in the 2nd inning, single to lead off last inning. Wu delivers, and the 1-0 to Sheets is a strike. Fastball at 96, had a little bit of tail to it, kind of running away from the left-handed hitter. So the count even 1-1 on Sheets, who's already hit a career-high 18 home runs this year. Pitch on the way. Sheets swings, fouls it off. I think the home plate umpire, Will Little.
Certainly acted like that got him a little bit.
Square in the mask.
Yeah, right in the mask. Right now, Wu ahead 1-2. He's got the sinker he could go to. He's got the slider, although the last couple he's thrown have not been great.
Padres down 4-0 here in the 6th inning. 2 on and 2 out. Sheets behind 1-2. Wu is trying to finish 6 yet again. He's done it every start this year. Here's the pitch. Gavin swings, grounds it underneath of Wu's glove into center field and a base hit. Laureano will be waved. He comes in to score, and the Padres are on the board thanks to Gavin Sheets' 2nd hit of the day. It's 4-1.
Great job. 2-strike hitting right there. Change up, a pitch that Wu very rarely goes to. Just better hitting by Gavin Sheets. Little 2-out magic. Gets the Padres on the board here. Cuts the lead to 3. Kind of fooled on that changeup. Just kind of reached out. Hit it hard up the middle, or hard enough up the middle to bring in Laureano.
Jose Iglesias will be the batter, and with Cronenworth on deck and the lefty ready in the bullpen, this might be it for Wu. If he wants to finish 6, he might have to get Iglesias. First pitch coming, and Jose takes pretty much down the middle for a strike, 0-1. Padres have the tying run at the plate with 2 outs here in the 6th inning. And they have cashed in that hit by pitch that began the frame. 0-1 the pitch. And Iglesias chops it towards third base. That is a foul ball. Just out of the reach of Suarez. And now 0-2 on Jose Iglesias.
Iglesias playing with that third base line a little bit. Couldn't quite keep it fair.
They play him straight up on the infield. Remember, so expert at pushing the ball the other way. Pitch here is a slow roller. It'll go to the left of the mound, fielded by Wu. Sets and throws to first, not in time. Bang, bang, and Iglesias, who always runs hard, beats it out.
They may challenge it. Wilson holding it up right now. It was bang, bang. They will not challenge it, and that sets up a bases-loaded situation. Does Dan Wilson go get him this time? And it looks like he will.
So for the first time this year, Brian Wu will not finish 6 innings, and he is not happy. Wanted it bad, but he's not going to get it. This is the second mound visit of the inning, and so he is officially out of this game, and they'll go to the lefty to get Cronenworth, and the home fans boo their manager as they take Brian Wu out of the game before 6 complete for the first time this year. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 4-1 Mariners on the Padres Radio Network.
Hey, it's Gravy. August is Summer Sun Safety Month, and Kaiser Permanente reminds you to wear broad-spectrum sunscreen.
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a bit of discontent. I'm only facing it all.
Four to 1 in the top of the 6th inning. And Jake Cronenworth will face Spire, who had a brief cameo in the 6th inning last night. Came on to face Tatis and Arise. They both lined out. He only threw 6 pitches. And that's all we've seen of him in this series. Cronenworth 0 for 2 in his career against him. And the Padres will try and continue to chip away. First pitch, Jake tries to drag a bunt. I think it hit him. And now they got to appeal to see if he offered. They check it to base. And he did not, and that's a hit by pitch to get another run home. Tried to drag bunt, and the run will score as O'Hearn comes back. And for the second time in 5 minutes, Dan Wilson, the Mariner manager, going to hold it up to see if they want to challenge, and they will not.
Yeah, they certainly can't check the attempt. They can only check whether the ball hit him, and it certainly sounded like it got him as he pulled back, and he certainly pulled back in time. It catches the left forearm. Padres pick up a run here, cut the lead to 2.
Second hit batter of the inning. Very different than the first. And the Padres now down 4-2, still have the bases loaded, and Freddie Fermin will be the batter. Tying run in scoring position. First pitch to Fermin is a fastball strike, 0-1. Padres, of course, got a grand slam last night from Ramon Laureano. Base hit here certainly would do the job. 0-1 pitch. Fermin takes outside, 1-1. So the Padres getting their big inning, their crooked number. And obviously looking for more. Cronenworth at first, Iglesias at second, Sheets at third, 2 outs. 1-1 the pitch. And Fermin hits it in the air foul out of play, strike 2. 3 hits in the inning, 2 hit by pitch. And most importantly, a couple of runs. Spire gets a new baseball. 4-2 Mariners here in the top of the 6th inning. 1-2 to Fermin. Spire ready. Here's the pitch. And Fermin takes a little bit outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fernando Tatis Jr., the only Padre not to bat this inning, is waiting on deck. 2-2 to Fermin. Spire delivers. Freddie swings and misses strike 3. That'll end the inning, but not before the Padres get their first 2 runs of the day. 5.5 in the books here in Seattle. Now the Mariners 4 and the Padres 2 on the Padres Radio Network.
Transform your home with
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a feeling discontent. I'm not facing it all.
Jr. and our producer engineer Dave Marcus. I'm Jesse Agler. Padres 4-2 deficit here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Julio Rodriguez leads off against Alec Jacob, and he takes that frisbee sweeper just a little bit outside. Ball 1. Jacob did a great job, got 3 outs on just 8 pitches last inning in relief of Darvish. Padres scored 2 in the top of the 6th, and now we'll see if Jacob can keep it where it's at. As this one's lined to right, Fernando comes in to make the catch, and 1 out. Out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by KMG Psychiatry, the official mental health partner of the Padres Radio Network, offering TMS, transcranial magnetic stimulation, to lift the fog of depression and restore clarity. Visit KMGpsychiatry.com. We are the only game going right now, so a very howdy hello to all of you joining us as Mike Schopp comes out to make a pitching change. And we'll get to that out-of-town scoreboard when we return. 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the 6th. Mariners lead at 4-2 on the Padres.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball
A.P. Crawford that kind of put the game a little bit out of reach. But after that, did good work, ended up getting 4 outs. Comes on here with the Mariners ahead 4-2. 1 out, nobody on in the 6th. And Josh Naylor, the batter, he takes low, ball 1. All right, as for the promised out-of-town scoreboard, Padres begin the day 1 game in back of the Dodgers in the West. 1.5 in back of the Cubs for the top National League wildcard spot. Both teams in action on the West Coast tonight. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Giants hosting the Cubs. And at Dodger Stadium, the Dodgers trying to sweep the Reds, who are the only team, by the way, in all of baseball this year to have not yet been swept. So the Reds will try and keep that streak alive. 1-1 pitch, pop foul out of play left side. Earlier today in the Bronx, 6 different Yankees hit home runs in the first 4 innings as they beat up on the Nationals 11-2. Also earlier, Guardians tied it in the 9th and then won it in the 10th. Beat Tampa Bay 4-3. Later today, the Mets trying to sweep the Phillies, who are 5 games ahead of New York. 1-2 pitch, down and away. They played a very dramatic couple of games in Queens the last 2 nights. And with a win tonight, the Mets would win the season series and therefore the tiebreaker from the Phillies. So that division starting to get interesting again. 2-2 is fouled back.
I always thought, especially after Wheeler went out for the year, that could all of a sudden change. I mean, that's a gut punch for the Phillies. Even though they have a great staff, you're still missing your ace. What kind of effect will it have on the team moving forward?
And he's a capital A ace, a legit number 1. Grounder foul, first base, still 2-2 to Naylor. Mariners game and a half behind the Astros in the AL West, and later tonight they will play the Rockies in Houston. Both these teams off tomorrow, and then both continue a run on the road as this one's grounded through the right side, and Josh Naylor battling out against Wandy Peralta, a 1-out single here in the 6th.
Able to push it through the right side. Out in front, just kind of literally reaches, flips it, rolls it through the right side, and 1-out single for Naylor.
So now here's Suarez, who has had a perfect afternoon and a very big last couple of games. 3-run homer yesterday, 3-run homer today. He has also singled, scored twice, and now he takes low, ball 1.
Man, one thing, I don't know what the Mariners' schedule has looked like, but certainly some familiarity with this staff, considering how much Suarez has seen these guys in Arizona.
1-0. Suarez takes at the bottom of the zone. That's a called strike, 1-1.
Old bench for Seattle. Letting Will Little hear it after that call.
It was a little low, but Will called it a strike. Naylor at first, 1 out. Wandy will throw over to check on him. No tag from Cronenworth. Suarez certainly a guy who could ground into a double play, and Wandy more than certainly a guy who can get a ground ball. As that Bugs Bunny changeup, it induces a lot of weak contact. 1-1 pitch, Suarez takes, and a fastball for a strike, 1-2. Mariners with a 4-2 lead, and the Padre bullpen just trying to get a little bit of its footing back. They have given up 13 runs in their last 12 innings. Very unlikely. 1-2, Suarez swings and misses, strike 3. 2 down here in the 6th inning. They've given up 13 runs in their previous 63 innings. So, 13 in the last 12 innings, 13 in the previous 63 innings. That's a very big jump.
They've been the number 1 bullpen for a reason. Seeing them give up the amount of runs we've seen up in such a short span is certainly jarring. And you're right, they are trying to get their footing back.
No time like the present. Naylor at first, 2 outs. Polanco batting right-handed now. Takes a first pitch fastball for a strike. Mariners, by the way, will close the regular season here last weekend against the Dodgers. 0-1, swing and a miss. Good changeup to Polanco, and Wandy ahead of him, 0-2. So if we're still scoreboard watching last weekend of September, we will certainly have our eyes on T-Mobile Park. Timeout called by Polanco. 0 for 2 today. That was all against Darvish. You went for it, and then Alec Jacob came on to get 4 outs. Now Wandy Peralta trying to finish the 6th. Naylor on first, 2 away. The 0-2 pitch. Polanco swings, rips it in the air down the left field line. That is a fair ball, and it bounces up on the top of the wall and goes over the wall for a rule book double. And that might be a break for the Padres because Naylor's got to stop at third.
I think it would have been a break. It would have certainly Naylor on his horse off the bat. But the ball ends up hitting the top of the fence and kind of just rolling over. And I think that's a big break for the Padres, at least for now.
Obviously, what happens here will dictate whether it actually matters or not. The left-hand hitting Luke Raley was due up. Victor Robles is going to pinch hit for him. And presumably will stay in to play right field. So Ruben is going to go out and chat and go over the Robles scouting report with Wandy Peralta. Meanwhile, Padres have made a game of it thanks to their 2-run rally in the top of this inning. That's something to smile about. Brought to you by Smile Spirits. Real vodka cocktails, not a boring seltzer. Available at smilespirits.com. Keg and bottle, or swing by Baja Rick's before the game and enjoy Smile Spirits leading up to first pitch. Smile Spirits, making San Diego smile. Rubber game of this 3-game series. 4-2 Mariners with 2 on and 2 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Padres will open up a weekend series at Target Field in Minneapolis on Friday. It is a Roku game on Sunday, just FYI on all of that. Mariners, meanwhile, heading out on a long trip to Cleveland and Tampa and Atlanta. Ruben heading back to the third base dugout. Do have another left-handed hitter on deck in Crawford, so we'll see how much Robles gets to hit here. Remember, he's only played 13 games this season because of the shoulder injury. Started on Monday night 0 for 4. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Struck out twice in that game. We didn't see him yesterday. And now off the bench here against Peralta in the 6th inning today. Mariners lead at 2nd and 3rd. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Low and outside again. 2 balls, no strikes.
Doubles up on the changeup there. Robles lays off. Ahead 2-0 now.
David Morgan warming up again in the Padre bullpen. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Robles lines it the other way, but foul. And now 2-1. Well, a lot like last night, and I think to some extent Monday night as well, this one has had sort of the pacing and the drama of a postseason contest. Here's the 2-1 pitch. It's low, ball 3. Couple of teams who have big-time October aspirations. Couple of teams trying to make franchise history. Obviously, neither team has ever won a World Series. Mariners have never won a pennant. 3-1 to the pinch hitter, and Robles takes low, ball 4. And yeah, I think they were being very careful with him with J.P. Crawford on deck.
Seemed quite intentional without it being intentional.
So the M's got the sacks full, 2 down for their number 8 hitter. Robles at first, Blanco at second, and Naylor, the lead runner, 90 feet away. Lefty to lefty here for Peralta against J.P. Crawford, who's 0 for 2. First pitch is low, ball 1. Mariners with a 4-2 lead, but they've got the bases loaded here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Wandy just trying to keep this thing right where it's at. Padres have the top of the order coming up. 1-0 pitch is right at the knees, and a fastball strike, 1-1. Crawford slightly open stance, knees bent, hands away from the body, waiting on Wandy. Now set, the 1-1 pitch. And Crawford bangs it on the ground to first. Nice friendly hop for Cronenworth right near the bag. He hits the pillow, and the inning is over. No runs, 2 hits, and the Mariners leave them loaded. We go to the 7th inning in Seattle. 4-2 M's on the Padres Radio Network. 4 and the Padres 2. And their 8th inning guy, Matt Brash, coming in here in the 7th with the Padres having a top of the order due up. Brash relieves Spire, got 1 out last inning. Pitching change brought to you by Sid's Carpet Barn. Sid's Carpet Barn stands alone as San Diego's floor covering leader. From a huge selection of premium high-end choices to quality budget-friendly options, Sid's has you covered. Saw Brash on Monday night. It was a bit of an adventure for him. First pitch on the way, and Tatis swings and misses at a good slider. That is strike 1. Padres down by 2 and facing Brash, who on the 8th inning loaded the bases before working out of it. Here's the 0-1. Tatis swings, sends it in the air to deep left center field. Rodriguez is back on the track. He's at the wall, and he's got room to make the catch, 1 away. Oh, Fernando just missed.
You could see Rodriguez starting to get his steps together. I think he was thinking he was going to have to go up over the wall to bring it back. It ends up just short. He's signaling to Toddy that he had a little more room to go for out number 1.
Always something between those two. Here's Laureano, hit by a pitch last time. And in on the hands, nearly got him again, ball 1. So yeah, on Monday in the 8th, Brash gave up a lead single to Arise, then struck out Machado. Then a hit to O'Hearn, struck out Bogarts. Then a walk to Sheets to load the bases. Swing and a miss here, 1-1. And then he struck out this guy, Laureano, to end the inning. So it was kind of eventful for Brash, much more I'm sure than he would have liked, but he got the job done. And threw 23 pitches in that adventure of an inning. 1-1 here outside. This time Laureano does not go fishing. And the count, 2 balls and a strike. Well, he'll use his timeout. Padres have never led here today. Mariners jumped out to a 4-0 lead. Padres got 2 last inning. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And Laureano takes outside, ball 3. Ramon is homered in the first 2 games of this series. And a grand slam yesterday. 3-1 from Matt Brash. And that is muscled in the air, right side of the infield. Naylor in from first on the grass. Cut out now into foul ground. And in front of the coaching box, he makes the catch for out number 2. The push for the postseason is on. Padres hosting the Reds and Rockies September 8th through the 14th. And limited chances remain to catch the Padres in action this year. So visit Padres.com/tickets. Base is empty, 2 down, top of the 7th inning. 4-2 Mariners, and Manny Machado the batter. First pitch, swing and a miss. Sharp slider there, running away from Manny. Machado 0 for 3 on the afternoon. Struck out his last 2 times. 0-1, checks and takes outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. It has been a steady diet of breaking stuff away against Manny here this afternoon. 1-1, the pitch. And Machado takes a little bit high, maybe outside. 2 balls and a strike. Couple of hits last night for Manny, and now 999 hits in a Padre uniform. Here's the 2-1. Machado swings, sends it in the air to left center field. Rodriguez back into the gap again, and right in front of the track this time. He makes the catch. And a 1-2-3, top of the 7th inning. Time to stretch in Seattle. Mariners lead it 4-2 on the Padres Radio Network.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features some of the best talent in the game. A lot of power, a lot of marquee names.
Here we go. Buckle up, folks.
There's a guy who wants to be in the spotlight.
The bats have come alive. A showstopper. We're just playing Powerball. This place doesn't know what hit them.
These teams are entertaining, are they not?
The show continues.
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is oppo taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an oppo taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Get Straight Talk covered by Verizon's 5G network. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Offer valid through 10/19/25. Taxes and fees apply. Purchase of Gold Unlimited plan or higher required for offer. Must activate the plan in-store at Walmart. Cannot be combined with other offers.
Hit up MLBshop.com for the largest and latest selections of jerseys, caps, hoodies, and accessories to keep you in the game all year long. Gear up, game on at MLBshop.com, the official online shop of your San Diego Padres.
Mariners coming to bat in the bottom of the 7th inning. Seattle still leads 4-2. Cole Young. And then top of the order, Rosarena and Raleigh against the new Padre pitcher, David Morgan. Takes over for Wandy, who got a couple of outs last inning. Gave up a couple of hits, walked a batter, but struck out a batter, and did not allow a run. Young, left-handed hitter, starting at second base today, 0 for 2, and Morgan's first pitch up and away. Pitching change brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Valvoline is your 15-minute instant drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for directions and discounts. That's SoCalOilChange.com. 1-0 from Morgan, he'll deal. And Young flinches and takes high. 2 balls and no strikes. And for David Morgan, an opportunity to try and bounce back after a tough one here on Monday night.
Yeah, give him a chance to come back in and have a better outing than he did on Monday.
2-0 pitch, and Young swings. Pops it up very shallow left field. Sheets in over towards the line. Kind of rumbling over there. And he makes the catch. 1 down for Morgan in the 7th. Yeah, David ended up being charged with 5 runs in that outing on Monday. He had never allowed more than a run in any of his previous Major League appearances. Top of the order now, the Rosarena, who's 0 for 3. 7th inning stretch was brought to you by Bulkhead Energy. Built by heroes for heroes. The go-to energizer for military, first responders, and essential workers of all professions. First pitch on the way, and Rosarena takes a good slider for a strike. Drink Bulkhead Energy, fuel for heroes. Go to bulkheadenergy.com. Padres will have O'Hearn, Bogarts, and Sheets in the 8th inning. I don't think anybody is throwing in the Mariner pen. The 0-1 is low and outside. So perhaps Matt Brash will continue to work. He only threw 11 pitches in the 7th. Tony's got better eyes than I do, and you know what? Maybe somebody is hiding out
Bizzardo
there.
Again.
I might as well, right? 1-1 is low and outside. 2 balls and a strike. If I was commissioner for a day, every broadcast booth would get a little monitor that showed you the 2 bullpens.
Yeah. We get lucky every once in a while with a certain spot, but very few have it.
Here's the 2-1. It's outside and low, ball 3 to a Rosarena. Dodger Stadium always has it. And that's actually a place where it's fairly easy to see the 2 bullpens.
I don't complain about it as much now because my eyesight's still good, but it won't last like this forever.
3-1. The pitch to a Rosarena. Swung on, chopped to short. Xander charges, gets a nice big hop, pats it in the glove twice, and throws him out 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So Cal Raleigh will be the batter. Got to knock on wood a little bit, but he has been very quiet since hitting his 50th home run in his first at-bat of the series back on Monday night. Switch hitter batting left-handed. Morgan kicks and delivers. Raleigh flinches, and he takes down and in, ball one. Darvish started for the Padres, went 4 innings. Alec Jacob got 4 outs. Wandy Peralta got 2 outs. And now Morgan has gotten 2. 1-0 to Raleigh. Morgan delivers, and Raleigh takes a backup breaking ball low and outside, 2-0. In the top of the inning, as Morgan was warming up, Jason Adam was also getting ready, just in case the Padre offense got something going, but they did not. And so it's Morgan here to the 7th. 2-0 the pitch. Raleigh takes way high and outside, and now 3 balls and no strikes to one of the most dangerous hitters in baseball. Mariners will be scoreboard watching the rest of the way, as the Padres likely will. They're also going to be keeping an eye on Aaron Judge, because you got a real deal MVP race between this guy and that guy. 3-0 the pitch. And Raleigh takes inside, ball 4. So he reaches for the first time today. 0 for 3 with a walk now. And it doesn't really get all that much easier for Morgan. He's got to face Julio Rodriguez.
Stung the baseball a few times today. 0 for 3 on the afternoon. And it doesn't get much easier. There you go, Morgan. I have to find some good pitches here to get out number 3.
Runner on first, 2 outs. Pitch to Rodriguez, way high, ball 1. Raleigh, by the way, he can run if he wants. 14 out of 17 stealing bases this year, so not a guy you can fall asleep on over there.
He was on the sneaky guy list yesterday.
You know who else was that we didn't bring up, but is maybe the best of the last, 15 years? 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed. Paul Goldschmidt.
Oh, yeah. Big guy can run.
Our buddy Dominic Stern texted that one in. Dominic called him collegiate baseball or summer baseball in Wisconsin this year. And we see him every spring at the Peoria Sports Conference.
That's right. Shout out to Dom.
1-1. The pitch is looped to the air to shallow right. Long run, Fernando in it towards the line. Can't get there. Just kind of dumps down in front of him in a base hit. Now he loses it. Raleigh, though, wasn't really watching and ends up staying put where he is at third base. Not sure he would have had a chance to score against Tatis's arm, even if he had noticed that. But either way, runners on the corners now, and 2 outs for Josh Naylor.
Good pitch. Just some bad and ball luck for David Morgan. Dumps it in front of Tatis, and it'll be first and third. Looks like Mike Schilt might go to the bullpen.
Yeah, the left-hander Yuki Matsui will come on to face Josh Naylor. So a pitching change in the bottom of the 7th inning. 2 on and 2 out. Mariners lead it 4-2 on the Padres Radio Network.
Ugh, bored of bland seltzers? Try the coolest drink ever. Smile Spirits. Real vodka cocktails with bold flavor. No sugary aftertaste, just pure refreshment.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
his 52nd appearance, 2-1 with a 4.47 ERA.
Pitching change brought to you by Miramar Kitchen and Bath. When it's time to upgrade your kitchen or bath, think of San Diego's top kitchen and bath remodelers for more than 30 years. Visit MiramarKitchenandBath.com to book your free consultation today. 4-2 Seattle. First and third, 2 outs. First pitch to Naylor, swung on and missed. Good sweeper running away. And 0-1 on Naylor, who hit a home run against Matsui back on July 7th at Petco. Coincidentally, a game started by Yu Darvish. It was a big 2-run homer as the Diamondbacks beat the Padres 6-3 that night. Runners lead at first and third. Pitch to Naylor is down the middle. Kind of flinched at it, never swung, but takes it for a strike. And Matsui quickly ahead, 0-2. Naylor 1 out of 2 today, had a base hit in a 7-pitch battle with Wandy Peralta last inning. Also walked and scored back in the 4th. Yuki trying to keep this thing right where it's at. 0-2, the pitch to Naylor, swung on and popped up. Foul ground, first base. Cronenworth over to the railing of the Mariner dugout, and he won't have a play. It bounces on the roof of the dugout and then into the seats. As always, nobody on the Seattle bench trying to help Jake out in any way there. And often you'll see guys in the visiting dugout kind of scurry away when a defender comes over. That's not just a competitive thing, by the way. If there is any contact between an opposing player and a fielder in that circumstance, even if he's trying to help the guy, not fall over, the umpires, it's a judgment call, can call it out. That's part of why you always see guys kind of scurrying away when an opposing fielder comes over towards the dugout railing. Naylor used the timeout. And I think there's some question now in terms of Matsui going from the stretch or not. He doesn't seem to understand what the home plate umpire, Will Little, was just saying to him, but either way, we will continue here with an 0-2 count. Rodriguez at first, Raleigh at third, 2 away. 4-2 Mariners, throw to first. And Rodriguez back standing up. That is, I believe, the second disengagement of this plate appearance, which has been kind of stop and start. So we'll see if J-Rod tries to go on 0-2 to Naylor. He does not, and the pitch is taken outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Tried the sweeper there. Naylor doesn't offer. Count moves to 1-2.
Seattle with a 2-run lead. They've got Rodriguez at first, Raleigh at third, 2 down. 1-2 to Josh Naylor. And the pitch is fouled.
Oh, Rabba fair.
It's a fair ball. Picked up by Fermin. He'll throw him out, and the inning is over. Wow. Sounded like it had hit off of Naylor, but it just hit the ground, took a weird bounce into fair territory, and Matsui gets his guy. No runs, a hit, 2 men left on base, and we head to the 8th inning. 4-2 Mariners on the Padres Radio Network.
Frozen Ropes is calling all baseball players ages 7 to 16 to join our elite travel ball teams. Whether you're just starting out or looking to take your skills to the next level, we've got the expert coaching and top-notch facilities to make it happen. At Frozen Ropes, we're focusing on developing every aspect of your...
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco, his 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
The Off Base Podcast is on. Join Lauren Gardner and Xavier Scruggs for all the baseball buzz across social media, pop culture, and around the majors. The Off Base Podcast. Listen on Spotify and Apple. Sunday mornings, 11 Eastern. Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from around the league. The MLB Network Podcast, presented by the all-star lineup of Chevy trucks. Listen on Spotify and Apple. Sunday mornings, 11:30 Eastern.
Hey, Padre fans, just like you, my pets are family. That's why I trust Petco for the food they love and the services they need to stay happy and healthy. All at great prices. Petco, where the pets go.
Top of the 8th inning, Padres down 4-2. They have never led today. Got a couple of runs in the 6th inning when they were down 4-0. And now 6 outs remaining as Ryan O'Hearn will lead off against the new Seattle pitcher, right-hander Edward Bizardo, who has now thrown in all 3 games this series. Takes over for Matt Brash, who had quick and tidy 7. Pitching change brought to you by Sid's Carpet Barn. Sid's Carpet Barn stands alone as San Diego's floor covering leader. From a huge selection of premium high-end choices to quality budget-friendly options, Sid's has you covered. First pitch to O'Hearn is a fastball strike right at the knees. And nothing in 1 to O'Hearn, who's 1 out of 3 with a single and a run scored. Bizardo allowed a home run to Laureano on Monday. Just 1 hit yesterday, but it came by O'Hearn. And now Ryan takes in the dirt. That evens it up 1-1. Bogarts on deck and Sheets after that as the Padres try and rally against the Seattle bullpen. 1-1 to the left-handed hitter. Bizardo delivers, and O'Hearn swings and misses. Strike 2. O'Hearn will use his timeout here and just kind of reset.
Padres have seen a steady dose of Bizardo. He's pitched in all 3 games so far and had some success.
1-2 to O'Hearn, and in the dirt, goes all the way to the backstop. 2 balls, 2 strikes. How about that ball hit by Naylor to end the last inning?
Capped it off the end. It started probably in the right-handed box, and then made almost a question mark into fair play. Completely caught Naylor off guard.
Thankfully, not for Mean. Here's the 2-2, and low ball 3 to O'Hearn. Also not the plate umpire, Will Little, who saw it well all the way and did not kind of make any premature foul call that could have, made it a dead ball. 3-2 to O'Hearn, the pitch. And Ryan takes at the knees, strike 3 call. Borderline pitch, but it looked good. And Bizardo strikes him out, 1 down here in the 8th inning.
Don't think Ryan agreed. At least on the box we're looking at, it looked like it caught the bottom of the zone. For out number 1.
A lot of nasty action on it. So now the right-handed hitting Xander Bogaerts, 1 out of 3 with an infield single. Bogey also stole a base back in the 2nd. First pitch is down the middle at 97 for a strike. Mariners got the first run of the game in the 2nd inning. And then a 3-run homer again from Eugenio Suarez in the 4th inning. That's been all for them, but it is, to this point, been enough. 0-1 the pitch. Bogaerts checks and takes a little bit outside. They appealed, but he didn't go. And the count evens 1-1. Padres did not really make Brian Wu work all that hard in the first 4 innings, but that changed in the 5th and the 6th. Here's the 1-1. And Bogaerts fouls it off his foot down in a heap. And oh my goodness, once a night, it seems, Xander is having to deal with a very painful foul ball.
He's going to have to relent on the brace in the front, the shin guard. That one, unlike the last time, that was a barreled shot off the foot.
When you hear guys say, hey, nobody's 100%, this late in the season, just the last 2 or 3 days for Xander. He's had a couple or 3 of these. He was hit by the pitch on the left wrist last night. I mean, all of these things that would send most of us normal people to urgent care. And, you're working a 9 to 5 in accounting. You're calling and be like, I can't come in today. My wrist is all messed up. These guys are playing Major League Baseball under those circumstances.
Yeah. Hard ball on bone is not comfortable.
And you're right. I mean, that was a direct shot.
It was a direct shot. No graze. Squared the baseball up just right off his foot, it looked like. And it just takes some time for that initial feeling to go away.
Gavin Sheets, the on-deck hitter, is standing with him. Mike Schilt is standing with him. San Marcos, his own assistant athletic trainer, Ben Fraser, standing with him. And now 3 of those guys walk away as Xander prepares to hit here.
And now it's a game of mental focus here. Like, you know where this next pitch is going to be. And you just have to pretend that you're not worried about it at all.
1 out, nobody on. 4-2 Mariners, top of the 8th.
While your foot is throbbing.
One of those we can almost hear.
Yes.
Bogart's back in the box. 1-2 the pitch, and Xander takes right down the middle, strike 3 call. So back-to-back punch-outs for Bizzardo. Base is empty, 2 down for Gavin Sheets.
Four-seam fastball right there.
Gavin will use his timeout before the at-bat begins. And Sheets has had a nice afternoon. 2 for 3 with an RBI single his last time up. That brought home the first run of the day for the Padres. And he is the only Padre with more than 1 hit. First pitch, Sheets swings and misses, strike 1.
I'm going to keep singing his tune because what he's doing right now is remarkable. Deadline comes, team player plays his role, gets another opportunity, takes advantage of it, and
pitch is bottom of the zone down the middle for strike 0-2.
Really hasn't come out of the lineup really since being re-injured.
Bizzardo ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and Sheets cracks it on the ground right to Naylor deep at first. Underhand flip to Bizzardo in plenty of time. And a 1-2-3 8th inning for Edward Bizzardo as we go to the bottom half. 4-2 Seattle on the Padres Radio Network.
The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I've made it innocent, a feeling discontent. I'm finally facing it all.
Eugenio Suarez will lead off against Yuki Matsui, who came on to get the final out last inning. Polanco on deck and Robles after that. First pitch on the way, and Suarez hits it on the ground to third base, backhanded by Machado. The long throw is a little low, but handled by Cronenworth, and 1 pitch, 1 out. A reminder to stay tuned. The Hamul Casino Resort postgame show with Sam is coming up immediately following the game. Sam and Kyle Ovenshire are hanging out back in our San Diego studios. One out, nobody on, bottom of the 8th inning. 4-2 is the Mariner lead as Jorge Polanco gets in, batting right-handed. 1 out of 3 with a double, and he takes the fastball strike top of the zone, 0-1. Mariners have won 4 of the first 5 games between these two teams this year. And they are 3 outs away from another victory here today. Padres will have Iglesias, Cronenworth, Fermin, bottom of the order, due up in the 9th inning. 0-1 to Polanco. The pitch from Matsui, swung on and missed. Had him out in front of that splitter. Andres Munoz, the Seattle closer, is up in the Mariner bullpen. Polanco waits. Now Yuki delivers. And the 0-2 is low and outside. Mentioned the day off tomorrow a couple of times. That'll end a stretch of 13 games in 13 days for the Padres. Certainly not the worst stretch of the year, but not an easy one. Definitely not at this point in the season. And it'll be the last time this year the Padres go more than 10 days in a row without a day off. Here's the 1-2. And Polanco swings and misses, strike 3. So Matsui has retired all 3 guys that he has faced. And now 2 down, nobody on for Robles.
Good split there to get the punchy.
And I know schedule talk isn't the sexiest thing in the world, but when you talk about managing a bullpen, and that's such a big part of this time of year, that's a big deal.
Yeah, that plays into that why moves are made the way they're made.
Robles walked his only other time up, came on as a pinch hitter in the 6th inning, stayed in to play right field, and grounds one slowly up the middle. Bogarts charges it and boxes it. Looked almost like he wasn't sure if he wanted to go bare hand or sort of underhand with the glove, and just had a kick right off of the leather. And with 2 outs, Robles reaches. Hit him in the heel of his mitt. It'll be an error on Xander with 2 outs. Second error of the day committed by the Padres. The other one a throwing error by Fermin on a stolen base attempt. Now the left-hand hitting J.P. Crawford. Runner on first, 2 outs, 4-2 Mariners bottom 8. Robles started and stopped, and they had him hung up at first. He kind of lost his footing, but Fermin did not pull the trigger and make a throw. The pitch missed, ball 1.
Mariners catch a break there.
Literally just kind of stuck in the ground. He almost fell over and then scrambled back to first base. 1-0 to Crawford. Matsui delivers, and this is high. 2 balls, no strikes. We have seen Darvish and Jacob and Peralta and Morgan and now Matsui. Padres have been behind almost all afternoon. 2-0 to J.P. Crawford, and the pitch is right down the middle, top of the zone, and a called strike. 2-1 now to the Seattle shortstop, who's 0 for 3 today. 3 for 11 in the series. Runner on first, 2 outs, 2-1 the count. Here's the pitch from Yuki, and in the air foul up the left field line, 2-2. If the Mariners break this thing open here in the 8th, looks like Emerson Hancock has started to throw alongside Munoz in their bullpen. They recalled him today from AAA Tacoma. Nice easy trip. Two and two from Matsui. Here is the pitch. Robles runs and a ground ball sharply off the glove of Cronenworth, diving at first. He picks it up, hits the bag, and the inning is over. Great play by Jake over there. Full extension dive. Unable to glove it, but kept it close by and makes the play to end the inning. No runs, no hits, an error. And Robles left on base. Last chance to dance coming up. And to the 9th inning in Seattle. 4-2 Mariners on the Padres Radio Network.
Hey, gang, it's Woods.
is going to hit for Jose Iglesias. Iglesias finished his day 1 out of 3 with an infield hit. Arise not in the lineup today. Remember, got his foot stepped on Monday night. Didn't look great yesterday as the designated hitter went 0 for 5. Did have a couple of hits on Monday, including a double. And is 7 for 21 against Seattle this year. First pitch from Munoz is up and away at 98. 1 ball to no strikes. And obviously, name of the game is just get aboard, because that will allow the Padres to bring the tying run to the plate. Here's the 1-0. Arise jumps up to bunt, pulls it back, and took a fastball for a strike. Munoz closed it out on Monday night in a non-save situation. Padres did get a run against him, as Luis had an RBI grounded. Here's the 1-1. Arise swings, bangs it on the ground as shortstop, rolls right out to Crawford. Throw to first is in time, and 1 away here in the top of the ninth.
It's the weak ground ball. 1 out here in the ninth.
Opportunity for save number 31 for Munoz. 30th is already a career high. First Mariner closer to get to 30 saves in a season since Edwin Diaz did it back in 2018. First pitch to Cronenworth. Fastball strike top of the zone, 0-1. Jake 0 for 4 in his career with a couple of strikeouts against Munoz. Grounded out against him to open up the ninth inning on Monday. Here's the 0-1. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Padres trailed 4-0 after 4. They got 2 runs in the 6th, but they have not had a man reach base since that inning. Here's the 1-1, and Cronenworth takes low outside, 2 balls and a strike. Matt Brash, a perfect 7th. Pizzardo, a 1-2-3-8. And now it's Munoz here in the ninth. 2-1, the pitch. Cronenworth swings, fouls it off of Raleigh. And got a big piece of the big dumper. And now 2-2.
Good rip there from Jake. Good cut, and this squares Kyle Riley's, center cut in that mask.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about in this MVP conversation, and just how remarkable it is what he's doing. The guy's hit 50 home runs. Aaron Judge is never going to take a foul ball off the face.
No, it's not. Again, we've talked about it. It's definitely not being talked about in the light that it should be right now.
Here. Cronenworth officially 0 for 1, hit by a pitch with the bases loaded his last time up. 2-2 from Munoz is outside, ball 3. Will Wagner has stepped out on deck to hit for Fermin in the 9 spot. Padres just trying to get something going here in the 9th. 4-2 Mariners. 3-2 to Cronenworth. Here's the pitch from Munoz, swung on and hit foul in the air up the left field line. So we do it again on 3-2. Munoz, obviously one of the best. This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat, and Jake swings, fouls it back again. One out, nobody on, down by 2 in the 9th. 3-2 to Jake. Here's pitch 8. And Cronenworth in the air up the left field line. Rosarena over towards the corner. Ooh. And this one is a fair ball in play. Hit off the wall, and Cronenworth standing at second base with a 1-out double.
How about that apple taco drive from Jake Cronenworth? His ball misses a homer by inches. Looks like it hit the 331 sign down that left field line. Just above it, actually. Just underneath the yellow line.
The way it ricocheted off, I thought it might have hit the pole. And, it must have been right under the pole.
Yeah, pole is a little bit behind that wall, so ends up checking right up above the 331 sign and brings the tying run to the plate.
So now Wagner, who had a pinch hit single against Munoz on Monday, and he fouled straight back, strike 1. Tying run at the plate, 1 out in the 9th inning. Only Wagner's third game as a Padre, 1 out of 2 so far. Here's the 0-1. Swings and sends it in the air to left center field. Rosarena back into the gap. He's there, and he makes the catch, 2 down. But now here we go. Fernando Tatis Jr. against Andres Munoz. Down by 2 with 2 outs in the 9th inning.
Big matchup right here. Toddy drove the ball to right field his last at bat. Swung it well. See if the Padres can extend this game.
Tying run of the dish. 37,000 on their feet. First pitch, swing and a miss. Good changeup, strike 1 to Tatis. Fernando has never had a hit against Munoz. 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Cronenworth at second, 2 away. 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Blew a fastball past him, and Tatis behind now, 0-2. Padres are down to their final strike. Here's the 0-2. Outside, a ball and 2 strikes. Tying run at the plate for the Padres here in the 9th inning. They have trailed almost all afternoon. Munoz is set, 1-2. Here's the pitch. And Fernando swings, hits it on a line to right center field. Long run, not going to get there. Bounces down beyond Robles and Rodriguez. Cronenworth in to score. It's an RBI double, and now a 1-run game here in the 9th.
That is just pure athleticism in the box as you'll ever see. This is a good pitch from Munoz. It's a fastball looking like it's working away, and Toddy just reaches out, back legs this ball in the right center field gap. Ain't too many hitters in this league that can do that. 99 away, back leg scissor in the right center. Brings this game within 1.
99 on the way in, 104 on the way out. And the Padres, who had not had a base runner since the 6th inning, get a pair of doubles here in the 9th. And now the tying run at second base, 2 outs. And Ramon Laureano will be the batter.
Certainly the guy you want up in this spot right now. One of the hottest Padre hitters in the lineup has an opportunity to tie, perhaps go ahead.
Tatis obviously with great wheels at second. There he goes. First pitch is a strike, and Fernando takes third base without a throw. So now anything in the dirt that gets away could tie the game. 0-1 to Laureano. Here's the pitch. And Ramon swings, hits it on the ground to third base. Gobbled up by Suarez. Throw to first is just in time, and the ball game is over. Mariners take 2 out of 3, and they were all tight. They were all tense. But it's Seattle winning the series, and the Padres come up just shy in their 9th inning rally as Munoz is able to close the door and end the day. Final score again, Seattle 4, San Diego 3. Take a break, come back, give you some final thoughts and the totals on the Padres.